You see how small this door is? I'm 5'7". We're in Lynchburg, Virginia. If you know anything about Liberty University, that's where this is located. That's where. Anyway, going to get breakfast right now. I wanted to go for a run, but the time change. We need to get breakfast now if we're going to eat. So that's what we're gonna go do. Before we got here, I got an email letting us know that we get like a free, it's like a gifted $10 each every day that we stay at this hotel. So this is the most Virginia tasting cup of coffee I've ever had. You know, eating before this run, stupid idea. Cramping, yeah, come on, puke a little bit. Run wasn't too bad. Honestly, it's a lot easier running here than it is down south, and I think it's just because there's no humidity. Like, it was an easy run. Once I got past the wanting to throw up because of the food, easy run. It's lunchtime right now, and I think we're gonna go grab lunch, and then I think we're gonna go to a couple of old spots that we used to. This vlog is going to be very nostalgic for me and Savannah. That food truck, best Mexican food that I've had in Virginia by far. I think they changed the food truck. Can I do? You have no idea how excited I am for this. I only found out about this place right before I was leaving to go down to Nashville, but I wish I would have found out about it a lot sooner. Maybe that's probably good, because I probably would have spent my money there. I'm very excited about this. We're getting coffee. You know, it's always so weird coming back to a place after you've been gone for a while. We left 3 years ago, and I haven't been back since. Savannah's been back one time, and some things have changed, some things haven't. It's really weird being back. When I was here, I was part of a couple of different bands, and I played and gigged a lot in this town. And even like the place that we just went to get coffee, I've played gigs, multiple gigs there. Some amount of part of me really enjoys it. What's that saying? Hindsight is 20/20. It's so true. How are you? A7S3. Coming back here, it makes me appreciate everything that we have now, and it also brings in light everything that when you're working through things. A lot of times the question is like, is this actually going to pay off? Is this actually going to help me? And being able to look back, you can kind of see how things. It's been very hindsight is 100% 20/20. Okay. You want to? Pawn shop. Back when Savannah and I were broke and we had no money and we needed money, I actually sold my class ring from high school to this pawn shop, and they melted it down and gave me $100 for it, and I paid like $600 for it. So I don't think I've ever talked about this on this vlog, and you definitely didn't know me back when this was true. When we lived here, we were dirt poor. Like I had to sell plasma from a plasma place for $50 a time to pay for groceries at Dollar Tree. And the ring and plasma, that's just one of like many stories where we didn't have any money and we had to get creative with it. And looking back on that, I'm so thankful that we had to go through that, because that really made us the way we are today. Let's just say I don't have to sell plasma anymore to pay for groceries. And that's just something that makes me really grateful for the experiences that we had in this town, despite how hard they were, and in the moment, how much I wanted them to end. Like when we lived here, we never got coffee from coffee shops because that was considered like an expensive night because we couldn't afford it. There was also one time Savannah was buying a car and I had to co-sign, and I guess I never paid property tax on my car because I just didn't think that it was important, and honestly I didn't think the car was worth that much, so I never paid it. And Savannah was only able to get 3 months of insurance, and until I paid, long story short, I had to drive from Tennessee to Virginia to come pay the property tax on a car that I didn't think it was worth that much, so that she could insure her car properly. You know, whenever I was in college, I remember my favorite time to walk around and be on campus was times like this, like at 8 o'clock at night when nobody was here, and I could just wander. I don't remember the education. I don't really remember what I learned much, but I do remember that kind of stuff. And my relationship with school has always been challenging. Not because I don't like learning or anything like that. If somebody's teaching me something, I don't like if I ask why I'm learning this, their response is because you need to. Like, to me, this has never been a good enough reason to invest all that time and energy in learning something. If I have reasoning, then totally fine. But without the reasoning, maybe that's a me problem. But if I'm being honest, with all the gripes that I have and still have with the education system and everything else, looking back on it, I do value and treasure, and I'm glad I have the experiences that I got from coming here. This is backstage of the music hall where I went for music. They left it unlocked. This is crazy being back here. It brings back so many memories. This is like where you would have like your recitals and then everything else with like the School of Music and anybody involved in that program. The last time I was here, I got called in. I wasn't a student at the time. I got called in to sub in for another drummer. I had like 5 hours to prepare, and it was in front of like all those people out there. It was chaos, but man, it's great memories. That was a fun gig too.